Okay, today's lesson is going to be over special right triangles. These are right triangles that have special properties. So the first one is going to be a 45, 45, 90 triangle. And there's a special relationship between the sides compared to the angles. So here we have a 45-degree angle. So across from that angle side is going to be x, and since it's 45, 45, that means the other side is going to be x because it's isosceles. And then the hypotenuse is going to be x square root of 2. So that's the relationship between the sides. Then the other set is a 30, 60, 90 triangle. And if I have my 30-degree side, my 60-degree side, my cross from my 30-degree side is going to be x. Across my 60-degree side is going to be x squared root of 3. And across from my hypotenuse is going to be 2x. Okay, I'm also going to have a graphic organizer associated with these. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that here. I'm going to have a 3 by 3 box. And in the top line is going to be the type of triangle. 45, 45, 90. And in the second line is going to go the variables. So that's going to be x, x, and x square root of 2. And we will always fill that out for every problem. The third line is going to be when we solve a problem, and we'll show you that here in just a moment. My second graphic organizer is again another 3 by 3 box. The top line is going to be the type of triangle, 30, 60, 90. And underneath the 30 is always going to be x. That's the relationship to the side. 60 is going to be x square root of 3. And 90 is going to be 2x. And again, the third line is going to be for our problem. Now, one thing you need to know about the triangles is all 45, 45, 90 triangles are similar. Every single one of them has 45, 45, 90-degree angles. And all 30, 60, 90 triangles are similar. And again, the same reason. They all have 30, 60, 90-degree angles, which makes both of them similar by AA. Okay, now we're going to go to our first example. Okay, so for our first example, I'm going to look at my problem, and I see I have a 45, 45, 90 triangle, so I'm going to draw my graphic organizer, and I'm going to write 45, 45, 90 in it. And across from my 40-degree side, that's 14. Up, that's my leg. Let me go back and put the second row in, which was the variable values, x, x, and x square root of 2. Now, since 45, across from 45 is 14, 14 is going to go in under the 45-degree angle. X is going, well, before I do that, x is the one I'm trying to find. So I am trying to find this box right here. Okay, this is the answer that I need. Well, this means in the first row when I filled it in that x is equal to 14. Well, if x is equal to 14 here, then I can substitute it in here. X is equal to 14, so I find the other side. The other side is 14. And then if you look here, I just need x here. So if x is 14, then my answer is going to be 14 square root of 2. So the answer that I need here for this x corresponds to the 90-degree angle, so I get 14 square root of 2. And I solved because x was equal to 14 here. So the x square root of 2 piece, I plug the 14 in, and I get 14 square root of 2. Okay. For example 2, I have a 45-degree angle. Here's my x, and here's 15. So I recognize it as being a 45-degree angle. So I'm going to draw my graphic organizer. 45, 45, 90. I'm going to put in my values for x, and x square root of 2. Okay, and then I need to fill in with what I have. So across from my hypotenuse, that's 15. That's the x square root of 2 part. So 15 is x square root of 2. Okay. Okay, so 15 is x square root of 2. So that's how we set up to solve the problem. So if I'm going to solve for x, that means I need to get rid of square root of 2, and I'm going to divide by square root of 2. Now, 15 over the square root of 2 is x. Now we have a problem because we're not allowed to have a square root in the bottom. It's considered an irrational number, and in order for a fraction to be complete, it has to be a rational number. So now we need to talk about something called rationalizing the denominator. Rationalizing the denominator. This will need to be completed anytime we have a radical in the denominator. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take x is equal to 15 square root of 2. I can't have square root of 2 in the bottom, so I need to get rid of it. Okay, well, if you'll remember, I need 2 square roots of 2 to make a whole. So I need to be able to multiply this answer without changing it. So one of the ways we can do that is to multiply by a version of 1. And that version is going to be the partner to square root of 2, or the second part. So I'm going to have square root of 2, and then to make that 1, I'm going to multiply by another square root of 2, because square root of 2 divided by square root of 2 equals 1. That doesn't change my answer value, but it will change my answer so I don't have a radical in the bottom. So I'm going to multiply 15 times the square root of 2. And now, because I have square root of 2 times square root of 2, now I have a pair. And that 2 can come out of the radical. So this would be my rationalized answer, 15 square root of 2. So that means that x, which is my 45-degree side, is going to be 15 square root of 2 over 2, which means the other side is also going to be 15 square root of 2 over 2. I'm not sure which one they want, so I'm just going to circle the first one, but that's the one they asked us to find. Okay, now for more examples. Okay, so example 3, we have a 30, 60, 90 triangle, and so I'm going to draw my graphic organizer, my 3 by 3. First line is going to be 30, 60, 90. My second line is going to go back to the angle, the side relationships. Across from 30 is the x, across from 60 is the x square root of 3 side, and across from 90 is the 2x side. Okay, so they're asking me to find x and y. So across the 30-degree side, that's x. I'm going to label that at the top. Across from 60, that's y. I'm going to label that one there, and I forgot my side. So my hypotenuse is 6. So since 6 is my hypotenuse, I'm going to place that here in my table at the 6. That means 2x is equal to 6. Well, that allows me to solve for x by dividing by 2, and x is going to equal 3. Well, I need to find x, so that's this box here, and that's 3. Well, since I have 3 as x, I just need to substitute it in to the 60-degree side. So I get 3 square root of 3. So these are my two answers. My x value is 3. My y value is 3 square root of 3. Okay? Example 4. This is my 30-degree angle. This is my 60-degree angle. They want me to find x here and y, and they tell me this is 24. Okay, so again, this is a 30, 60, 90 triangle, so I am going to create my graphic organizer. I have 30, 60, 90 on top. I have x, x square root of 3, and 2x in the middle, and now I want to fill in. Okay, so I have 24, and 24 is across the 30-degree side, so I'm going to put 24 under the 30. X is across my hypotenuse, so this value will be X, and Y is across the 60, so this value will be Y. Well, X is 24. X is equal to 24. So now I just have to substitute that in. So Y is going to be 24 square root of 3, and 90 is going to be 2 times 24, which is 48. So those are my two solutions. Now you're going to practice special right triangles.